So I want to talk about this idea of the destination and the process or the journey or whatever, words we use to describe the way we get to that destination. And so, we have these sayings such as it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's not the destination, it's the journey. And there is a lot of truth in that statement. But sometimes I think we can get so caught up in the repetition of them that we get so surface level with it. And maybe we lose some of the importance, some of the meaning behind why it is we say what we say. Or are we saying it so often now that we've lost the essence of why we believe this? And that's something to be thought about. So, and we have these ideas of okay, I'm working towards this thing, or I feel in myself that I have this purpose that I'm on earth to complete. Now, before I go any further, I understand that not everybody has an innate feeling that they have a purpose. That is okay. That doesn't discredit those who feel like they do, that feel like, okay, I'm here and a higher power of some sort, God, who whatever you believe, has placed something in my heart to complete that's integral to who I am. Now, I think that's different from what we have come to know as the dream job, because that usually is led by capitalism, whereas if we're talking about an innate purpose, that generally has to do with a collective understanding. I am contributing something to the general world through this purpose. And so, it's okay, I'm doing this and I really want to get the money payoff. And I don't want to come across as this is a human emotion that you shouldn't feel or that you shouldn't experience, because it's, again, a human emotion and I experience it myself. I get so caught up sometimes in, I just want somebody to buy my show. I just want to be on TV already. I just want to be on a streaming service already. I just want to be able to hire people already. I just want to, and we can get so caught up in that. I just want to, that we don't see this if you're not there, then it means you're not ready. You're not ready to be there. And that can be hard to admit. It can be hard to accept. But likely you're not there because you're not ready to be there. And if we want to go even higher than that, the more applicable truth is that you are there. You have to start seeing it as that, okay, if you continuously are talking about some far off destination in that way, I just want to be there, the essence of that statement is saying that it's you're acknowledging that it's something far off and in a distance. If we change our perspective to, okay, I am there, I am there, and I am there in the capacity that works right now. I'm there in the capacity that I can be. I'm there in the capacity that fits my, what I've done. And I don't want to make it seem like it's something that you earn your way to, but it's definitely something you learn your way to. I'm going to say that again. It's not something that you earn your way to, but it is something that you learn your way to. So, and that's where the balance comes in of okay, what do we mean when we say doing the work? Because I think we get so caught up in the physical and the logical and the surface level sense of doing the work for something. So it's I don't understand why I haven't reached, insert destination here. I don't understand why I haven't reached it. I'm grinding, I'm finessing, I'm hustling. But it's those are not the only things that have to be done for you to bring something to completion. If that was the case, if grit and hard work were the only things necessary to get you, somewhere, then I mean, you already know the end of that sentence. Then everybody would be instantaneously having what they desire. It's just as much emotional as it is physical, and people don't want to hear that, because the emotional work is where it gets hard. The emotional work is where you need to face yourself. The emotional work is where you start owning things about yourself that you've kind of shuffled under the rug. It's just as much processing as it is finessing. So if you're only finessing and you're wondering why you're not there, maybe there's something that you still are not processing. Because if you do all of the external stuff and none of the internal stuff, you still are not ready. I'm not even gonna get into that deeper, but you're not ready, because likely if the stroke of luck came to give you what it is that you want, if you haven't done the processing in the internal and the emotional work, you're likely going to sabotage it. And we hate to kind of think about this, because in our minds, in our logical minds, it's like, no, why would I ever do that? Why would I mess up this thing that I've been praying for? Why would I mess up this thing that I've been wanting? But we don't really. And that's how sneaky those triggers are. That's how sneaky those things that when you don't process something, you shove it into your subconscious. You shove it into your body. And that means it starts to manifest in your actions, in your subconscious actions. So it starts to show up in the things that you do that you don't even know you're doing, that you're not even fully aware that you're doing, because you're avoiding getting to that root. And the more you avoid it, the deeper it gets. And so you can say, oh, I want this healthy relationship. But if you're not actually doing, okay, that means, yes, I'm going to therapy. Okay, yes. I'm going to the gym. Okay, yes. I'm eating right. But am I also talking about why I get so defensive when things are brought to me? Am I also talking about the way that I push things away when I feel like they're too good to be true? But are they too good to be true, or is it exactly what I wanted? There are so many times if you were to get exactly it is that you wanted, you would be amazed to see how quickly you completely sabotaged it and pushed it away and told it, no, you're in the wrong place. You should probably leave here. The exact blessing you keep saying that you're ready for, you would be amazed to see how swiftly you sabotage it when you haven't done the internal processing. Because that's also what gets you ready for it. So, this is why I say, instead of thinking of your destination as some far off thing and you just can't seem to get there, see yourself as there in the capacity that you are ready to be there right now, and work on that every day. Okay, how do I get more there than I was yesterday? How do I embody more of being there right now? What is it that I'm avoiding? Because usually it's in what you're avoiding. Usually it's not in what you're eager to get to and do every day. It's usually that thing that you're putting off and, like I said, sweeping under the rug. Those things, they don't go away after we sweep it under the rug. And you might be listening to this and say, well, duh. But there are so many subtle ways that we can believe something in a logical way. But when you get to the integral ways of our knowing and doings, we don't actually believe these things. And if we don't address that cognitive dissonance, you're going to keep thinking of your destination as some far off thing that you won't reach. Because here's the thing. Luck comes. Bags come. The bag is going to come. The luck is going to strike. And this is what people usually don't see when they're looking from the outside in. They see, oh, this person got a lucky break and it was all luck. But they don't usually see all of the work, all of the the figuring it out, and yes, the grinding that took place before that took place, that person was not took place, because that makes it seem like it's a passive thing, because it's an active thing. It's a choice. It's a consistent choice that somebody makes. People don't see those consistent choices to process and finesse that prepares them to be able to maneuver that lucky strike with success. The luck doesn't guarantee success, because how many people do we know in many industries, but I'm thinking most mainstream, the music industry, how many people have gotten their lucky strike? How many people have gotten their big break and completely fumbled the bag, completely sabotaged it? So the lucky strike isn't enough just to get you successful. The lucky strike isn't enough to take you to that next level. The lucky strike alone doesn't do much. It's what you do with it. So if you're not in a place to receive that lucky strike and say, okay, I know how to work with this. Okay, I know how to receive this love. I know how to receive this abundance. I know how to receive this monetary value. And I'm going to work it like this. If you aren't prepared to be in that type of mindset when that lucky strike comes, you're going to sabotage your boo. And I'm saying this from experience of saying, oh, yes, this is what I want. Where is it? Then the thing came and I fumbled so bad. I fumbled so badly. But I am here to say that you can fumble and you can still make it. You can fumble and you can still be worthy. So don't think that if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I didn't already fumble. That is the end of the road for you. The end of the road doesn't come until, yeah. So, yeah. And that's really what I wanted to say. Thank y'all for 100 subscribers. It's been a long time coming, but I'm very grateful for all of it, all of the support. And I hope this helped somebody. See y'all.